I love having a lot of books to choose from on my TBR, but over the years it's gotten a little out of hand, and books that I was hyped for when I added them end up sitting there for years and years and years. So this year I'm challenging myself to finally get to the oldest books on my TBR in a game that I'm calling Backlist Bash.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Backlist Bash. If you missed the first episode where all the rules are, I will leave that linked up above and down below if you want to check it out and see how this all works. And if you are not new here, welcome back. Thanks for watching. This episode, I have 5 books that I'm hoping to read over the next week. And actually my top 5 oldest books on my TBR are all ones that I own. So let's get into what I'm hoping to read this week, starting with the oldest book on my TBR, which is Nocturna by Motayne. I've already started this one. I started it last night. Not very far in yet. I am on page 64. So far, not loving it, but I'm not disliking it. So I'm going to continue, see how I feel about it going forward. The part that I like the most so far is definitely the magic. It's super interesting. I'm a little confused on how it's working so far, but I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually. I'm not huge on either of the main characters so far is kind of my issue, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, God. Tony has joined us and caused chaos immediately. Thank you, buddy. I forget what I was saying. I think I was saying I don't like the characters is the issue right now. Oh, that was a cat hair on my lip. Oh my god. Yeah, I find the 2 main characters to be a little bit annoying. They're kind of dramatic and I'm just like not really feeling them, but the magic system and the setting is pretty cool. So we'll continue, see how I feel about it. Next is gonna be Bonds of Brass by Emily Skrutskie. I'm shocked that I haven't read this yet. This is one of my favorite authors. I used to read all of her books all the time, and some of her books are still my favorites to this day. And I bought this when it was brand new. Like, I pre-ordered it. I was so hyped for it and I haven't touched it, and it's been 6 years. So it was high time that we finally get to this one. It's a sci-fi, it's queer, what's not to love? And the Gossamer Mage by Julie Czerneda. I don't really know what this one's about, I'm not gonna lie. It's been on my shelves forever. People worshipping the deathless goddess. That sounds pretty cool. There are mages and a gift that comes at a steep price. No clue. We'll find out. Sounds interesting. I've had it on my TBR for so long. We'll find out later on this week. And then Honor Among Thieves by Caine and Aguirre. I just read my first Aguirre book recently. It was one of the books in the Fix It Witches series, the one with the purple house. I read that one, really enjoyed it. And this is, I think, a sci-fi from her. I've never read anything from Caine, so that'll be a new experience. Yeah, this one's a sci-fi. So, petty criminal was shocked to be recruited into the Honors, an elite team of humans sucked up by a race of sentient alien ships to explore the outer reaches of the universe as their passengers. So, aliens, spaceships, sounds like my jam. And then finally, Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This is my favorite author, and I'm very mad at myself that I haven't read this book yet. I know it has to do with villains, like the 2 main characters in here are not good dudes. I think they like created something that to give them powers, and they used them for evil, I think. And I'm pretty sure the book starts like 10 years after that happens, when the one dude is getting out of jail because the other guy sold him out, I think is what's happening. I'm not really sure. We're gonna find out though, and I'm hyped about it. But yeah, there's the TBR for this week. I am very much looking forward to getting to all of these books, and very soon I'm gonna run out of books that I added in 2019, so we're almost to the end of that year. Oh, also, I've already had a DNF that I forgot to mention. So yesterday, I think it was, I started reading, what's it called? Amberlough. That was going to be my first read for Backlist Bash because it was an ebook and I could just start it while I was lying in bed, and I swiftly DNF'd it. Nothing wrong with it. I can see others liking it quite a bit. It just wasn't the book for me, and I did not get 30 pages through it. I think I got about 15 pages through and I was not enjoying my time at all. So DNF'd that one. Anyways, my cat's being an asshole right now, so I gotta go deal with him and get ready for work and all that fun stuff. So we'll chat later on. Damn it, it's trying to film my wrap up here, but my battery died, so I'm just going to do a little update here while I wait for that to charge for a little bit. So I have just finished Nocturna by Motayne. This was good, but not amazing. I obviously liked it enough to finish it, but I don't think I'm going to continue with the series. I did end up liking the characters more towards the end of it. They could run me quite a bit. So the characters were good. The plot was interesting, but not incredible, you know what I mean? It was very predictable. I kind of saw where everything was going. This did remind me of a combination of what are they called? A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab and the Sunbearer Trials, especially the second book in that series. So if you like either of those, this might be a good book for you. Well, granted, those are two of my favorite books, and I didn't love this one. So, but I think my problem was that I love those two so much, and I kept comparing this to those two, which is not a fair comparison because I love them so much. So maybe that was part of my problem, was I was just comparing it to things that I think are way better. So either way, you know, it was still good. I haven't put it through Compile yet, but it'll probably get like a 3-star, maybe a 3.5. And yeah, again, like it was good. It was a solid read. I liked how it ended. I feel like everything wrapped up really nicely, where if I don't read the sequels, I'm not really missing anything. It feels to me like everything wrapped up really nicely, and the next books are just going to be like a whole different problem that don't really relate to the plot of this one. So I'm satisfied with the ending. I really don't need to carry on. So yeah, solid read there. I'm happy that I get to keep this on my shelf as well because it's so pretty that I wanted to keep it. But if I DNF'd it or gave it less than a 3-star, then I would have unhauled it. But I get to keep this gorgeous, gorgeous book. Also, look at the map. I love a book with a map, and I can't help but show it off. Like, how cool is that? It's a possum screaming up there, and I love that. Which is funny because I don't remember seeing a possum anywhere in the book. Is it a possum? It looks very possum-like to me with the screaming. You know what I mean? I don't know how that relates to the book though, at all. But I like it. I'm here for it. Just had to pause for a second there and I forget what I was talking about. So I'm just going to move on from whatever that thought might have been. So the next book that we are going to be going for is Bonds of Brass. Now that I finished Nocturna, this is now the oldest book on my TBR, and I'm so hyped for it. It's not super long as well. How many pages is that? This is only 302 pages, and I accidentally just read the last line of this book. Oh man, I'm angry at myself. God damn it. There's no context for what that last line meant. But I feel like once I start reading it, I'm going to figure it out very, very quickly. And I just fucking read the last line. God damn it. I was just trying to look at the page. Fuck. Oh well, I'll survive. Knowing me and my Swiss cheese brain, I'll forget it within 5 minutes anyways. So it's fine. Anyways, this is our next read. This one is a sci-fi from Emily Skrutskie, who is one of my favorite authors that I haven't read anything from in several years for some reason. She's written multiple of my favorite books, and I was so hyped for this book when it was first released. I pre-ordered it. I was so looking forward to it, and now it's been 6 years and I haven't touched it. So it's finally time to rectify that. I don't know much about it. I know it is YA, I'm pretty sure, and it's queer. It says, a young pilot risks everything to save his best friend, the man he trusts most and might even love, only to learn that his friend is secretly heir to a brutal galactic empire. So, sounds really fun. I do have to get to work shortly, so I'm going to try and start some of this before I have to go, but I'm probably not going to get very far in today, or at least not until I get home. But, yeah, I'm excited about it, and let's go. Wait, there was something that I was gonna say about Nocturna that I forgot about until right now. So, the other part that drove me nuts with this book, why did they not just go to an adult? Right? Like, I feel like a lot of this could have been solved a lot quicker and a lot easier and with much less death if they just talked to an adult. You know what I mean? And I get we would not have had a book then. But still, like, the logic was not logicking, you know? So that really made me angry. And then there was a part towards the end that really confused me, and it did not make any sense to me at all. I'm going to talk about spoilers for a second. So I'm going to put spoiler right along here, and if that's up, I am talking about spoilers, and when it's gone, I'm done. So if you don't want to hear it, just mute for a second. So, towards the end of it, they're at the clock tower, the prison thing, right? Trying to get the girl that can make voids because they're planning on trapping the magic into this void, right? But the dude who the magic is trapped in is also there, and he's trying to get one of the main characters, and then he's gonna head back to the castle to go and get something and like try and kill people, I guess. I'm not even sure. So like they're there and they're fighting him, and they're like, we have to get to the castle to put him in a void to trap the magic. But I'm like, he's in front of you. Like, why do we? You're all there. You're all there together. So why do we need to go from this location to this location to do the thing that you could have done at location A? You know what I mean? It did not make any sense to me, and I'm like, why are we going to a different part of the castle and putting more people at risk when you could just do it right now? You have the girl who makes the void. You have the bad guy with the magic in him. Just put him in the void. Right? Like, why did we do that? It didn't make any sense to me. A bunch of people died when they did not need to. And yeah, that was very confusing and very odd, and definitely had me scratching my head for a bit there, which also kind of lowered my enjoyment of this. Like those decisions that were made, that one that I just mentioned, plus a couple other ones throughout the course of the book, where things just didn't quite make sense, and there was a much more logical conclusion that would have made things so much easier. And again, I know we wouldn't have had a book then, but it's hard to not see those things, and just, you know, things just didn't make sense in that way, and it really bothered me. So that was the other thing that I was going to say. Also, I just put it through Compile, and I am giving it 3 stars. So yeah. Anyways, see you later. Happy Monday. It's family day today, so I had the day off. My store is closed, and I've spent the whole day in my PJs. I've done a bunch of reading, played some Zelda. I did a whole meal prep for work this week. I made a paneer curry to bring to work, and it's delicious. Yeah, I'm having a great day. I finished a book that's not for Backlist Bash, but I was reading Project Hail Mary over audio over the last few days and fell in love with it. So Backlist Bash unintentionally took a bit of a break because I literally could not put that book down at all. Oh my god, like I flew through it. I couldn't stop. It had me crying and laughing. It was phenomenal. I gave it 5 stars, and it went directly onto my favorite shelf. I couldn't focus on anything else until I had that one done. So, but I do have some updates for this project. So I am in the middle of Bonds of Brass right now. I'm on page 140, so I'm just about at the halfway mark pretty much, and I am absolutely loving this. This is so good. I love the characters, the plot's really interesting, the pacing, all of it's fantastic. I forgot how good this author is at making me really care about characters. From page 1, I was invested in these character stories and their relationship and their thoughts and feelings and everything. I love this author so much. I can't believe it's taken me this long to finally get to this book, but we're here now. We're having a great time. I don't think I'll finish it tonight, but I might. We'll see. I'm very much in the reading mood right now, so I'll keep plucking along with this for the rest of the evening. And then I also started reading Honor Among Thieves today by, can you move? By Rachel Caine and Anna Aguirre. A very sci-fi heavy week, and I'm loving that. And I'm already flying through this one. I'm halfway through it already. I'm on page 229, and this is also fantastic so far. It has sentient ships, like spaceships, and they're whales. And I didn't know that it was gonna be that until I started it, but like, look at that. That's cool as shit. Like, are you kidding me? Of course I'm gonna love this book. I love books that have like sentient ships or houses or whatever, and also similar to Project Hail Mary, I love books that have a friendship between like a human and some kind of non-human, so an alien or a sentient being, something like that. So this is right up my alley, and I'm very much enjoying it so far. So yeah, we're trucking along here, having a good time. I'm gonna kind of switch between those two for the rest of the day. Yeah, this one I wasn't really planning on reading so fast. I put on the audiobook just while I was shoveling snow earlier and while cooking, and now all of a sudden I'm halfway through it, so no clue how that happened. But speaking of which, the snow is insane. The last 2 days we've gotten dumped on. Like literally my snowbanks in my yard are up to like the middle of my head. It's crazy. I'm very tempted to jump in it, but I won't. But I really want to. But yeah, those are the updates for right now. I'm gonna keep doing a Backlist Bash probably just until I finish these two, and then we'll call it there. Because I do have some other books that I want to get to before the end of the month. So points wise, Bonds of Brass at the time of starting it was the oldest book on my shelf, so that would have been 3 points. And since I added Bonds of Brass to my currently reading shelf, Honor Among Thieves became my next oldest book on my shelf, so also a 3-point book. I'll figure out how many points that'll leave me at by the end of the video, but because I forget where I was when I started, so we'll see. But anyways, I gotta go tuck into my books and we'll check in later on. This is crazy. Like, what the fuck? This is insane. Holy shit. And like, all of this right here is up to my shoulder. It is, like, that's a whole ass fence buried. Completely insane. Okay, hi. Got book updates. So, I have finished Bonds of Brass by Emily Skrutskie, and I absolutely loved it. I did guess the ending, but only because I accidentally read the last line of the book. Sadly, I did not forget what it said. I was really banking on my Swiss cheese memory to forget what I read, but unfortunately I did not forget what I read, so I did guess the ending. Not until like close to the end though, at least. I started getting an inkling maybe like 2/3 of the way through, and it was like one chapter before the ending reveal where I was like, okay, I know exactly where that's going. And I was correct. But if I had not read that last line by accident, I probably wouldn't have guessed the twist. So it was a very good twist. It was a very, very interesting plot point, and I can't wait to get the second book. I need to see where this goes. Like, oh man. Yeah, this was a fantastic read. I'm so glad that I finally picked this up after over 5 years on my TBR. Like, that is wild. So better late than never, as they say. So solid 4 stars for this one. Really, really good read. Thoroughly enjoyed it and definitely recommend it for a fun sci-fi. And then this morning I finished Honor Among Thieves. Look at Tony. Oh my god, dude, you're so freaking cute. He's being so cuddly today. Like, all he wants is just attention and love. My sweet boy. Anyways, Honor Among Thieves. I finished this one this morning. I was so close to reading the whole thing yesterday. I had about 50 pages left at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I could not stay awake anymore. So I read the vast majority of it yesterday and the last little bit of it today, and I had a great time with this book. I had some issues with it. Like, I found the characters, I liked the characters a lot, but they were pretty, not one note, but like, they were exactly what I expected them to be, you know what I mean? Like, nobody really surprised me or felt like something that I hadn't seen before. They were all pretty run-of-the-mill characters for me. I loved the friendships that formed in here. The sci-fi elements were fantastic. I loved the mystery that we kind of got towards the end. I liked the action, but I did find that it just felt like action scene after action scene after action scene. Like, there wasn't a lot of quieter plot points, you know? Like, I felt like the authors were kind of relying on all these action scenes to keep the reader engaged, and it didn't not work. Like, I was definitely engaged. I mean, I read this whole book in basically one day, so it definitely kept my attention, but there wasn't a whole lot happening between the action scenes. It was either action scenes or prepping for the action scenes, and that was really it. So I would have liked to see a little bit more from it in terms of the plot that way, but either way, also a solid read, and I gave it a 4 stars as well, and I'm also looking forward to reading the sequels. So yeah, having a great success here with this round of Backlist Bash. Now, I was planning on just ending it here and going back to my regular reading stuff, but I'm still really in the mood to read these two books, the Gossamer Mage and Vicious, especially Vicious because V.E. Schwab is my favorite author and I can't believe that I haven't read this book yet. And the Gossamer Mage I've had on my shelf for so long. I love this cover. It's beautiful. It's a good witchy story. I'm really in the mood for something like this right now. So I think I'm just going to carry on with Backlist Bash for the rest of the week and get to these books finally. And I think in my audiobook reads, I will, read books that are not for Backlist Bash and still be able to get to some of my other things that way. But at least my physical reads will be continuing this vlog. So with that said, I'm gonna check out there and I'm gonna go probably start the Gossamer Mage next. I think I should start Vicious because I think Vicious is now the oldest book on my TBR, so I would get more points for it, but I kind of want to read the Gossamer Mage. And I've also had a lot of sci-fi in the last few days, and while Vicious is like a very different kind of sci-fi, it is still sci-fi, so I do want to be in a more fantastical world right now, so I think I'm gonna go with the Gossamer Mage. So I'm gonna go do those things. I also need to edit a YouTube video tonight, and it should have been put up today, but it's probably gonna be a tomorrow thing. But whatever, I'm gonna do that. I just had dinner and now I just have the rest of the night to chill out. So yeah, I will check in once I've started one of those two books and we'll go from there. News. I am DNFing the Gossamer Mage. I'm very upset because this cover is so gorgeous and the premise is so cool, but I hate the writing style. Like, I am not vibing with it at all. And like, I didn't even get that far in. I think I got to, what was it? Like roughly page 15. I was not very far in. I reread those first 15 pages, I think 4 separate times. I had no idea what was going on. The writing style made no sense. I started the audiobook at 2.5 times speed, which is my normal, and then tried it again at 2 times speed. Still couldn't get it, so restarted again at 1.5 speed, and about 8 or so pages in, I was like, let me just try reading a few pages just with my eyeballs and with no audiobook to it, and still couldn't figure out what was going on. No idea why. I just could not comprehend anything that was going on. Like, nothing was sticking. Just smooth brain all around. So I just figured I'm gonna call it quits. I'm not gonna spend 400 pages trying to figure out what the hell is happening in this book. Not a fan of this writing style, and yeah, I don't know, because like normally I would like this. It's very flowery, it's very whimsical. I love that. Was not hitting with this one whatsoever. So DNF here. And then I decided to have this be my last book for this episode. I was really hyped to read Vicious, and I of course still want to, but I've read I think 5 sci-fi books in a row and also watched a sci-fi movie this week. Oh my god, I watched The Wild Robot. Oh, I bawled my eyes out. Hysterically sobbed through that movie. It was fantastic. I was not prepped to cry that hard at a kid's movie, but here we are. Anyways, a lot of sci-fi this week, and while Vicious is a different kind of sci-fi, it is still a sci-fi, and I think I am sci-fied out at this exact moment. So I'm gonna pause that one and we'll start off next episode with Vicious. Plus, doing it this way leaves me with an even 5 books that were added to my TBR in 2019, because those are the last 5 books from that year. So I figured that'll be a nice way to round out the next episode. Because yeah, that would give me, what was it, Amberlough, Gossamer Mage. What did I read for this episode? Nocturna, Honor Among Thieves. Was there another one? I feel like there was 5. Was there only 4? I don't know. Either way, it's enough for this episode because we are at 20 points. So fuck yeah. So I didn't get any points for the Gossamer Mage or Amberlough because I read less than 30 pages, but I got 3 points for Nocturna, 3 points for, I just said it, Honor Among Thieves. There must be a third one. What am I missing? Hang on, I have to check. It was Bonds of Brass. Okay, so 3 points for Bonds of Brass, 3 points for Honor Among Thieves, and 3 points for Nocturna. There we go. I swear I can hold like 2 things in my head at a single time. So yeah, I got a total of 9 points for this episode, and last episode we ended off at 11 points. 9 plus 11, 20 points, which means I get a big prize and I know exactly what I'm going for. So I think I'm gonna go and get the thing that I want tomorrow, because here's the problem. I really want to buy The Last Gifts of the Universe by Riley August so badly. I also want to buy the second book in the Bonds of Brass trilogy, but there was also this really cute cat book sweater that I saw at Indigo a few weeks ago, and it's so cute and I wanted to buy it, but it's like 50 bucks and I said no at the time. However, big price for Backlist Bash, I could just get that, you know? So we'll see. I think I want the sweater. I probably do. We'll see. I'll go there maybe tomorrow and decide. I will take you with me and we'll figure out what I've done then. Long last wrap this up. It's like the following Saturday and I'm just doing this now. Yeah, I've been procrastinating. My bad. So to quickly recap this episode of Backlist Bash, we started this episode with 11 points, and then I read Nocturna by Motayne, which gave me 3 points. This one got 3 stars. And then I read Bonds of Brass by Skrutskie, which was also a 3-point book, and I gave it 4 stars. And then finally was Honor Among Thieves by Caine and Aguirre. Also, hi Tony. Hi bud. Also 3 points and also 4 stars. And then I DNF'd the Gossamer Mage and Amberlough. Neither of those ones got any points, sadly. But these are the red books. Very much enjoy these guys. I can't wait to get to the sequels for these two. I'm gonna have a great time with them. I'm so excited. I did go to the bookstore and I maybe got more than I intended to. So I was originally planning on getting either this really cute sweater that I saw at Indigo last time, and if they didn't have that, then I was gonna get The Last Gifts of the Universe by Riley August. That was the plan. I got neither. So they didn't have the sweater and I was very sad about it. And then again, I was fully planning on getting The Last Gifts of the Universe. I read that one, I think, was it last month or in January? Either way, I fell in love with that book and I do want to own a copy very badly. However, they had The River Has Roots by Amal El-Motar. This doesn't come out until next week, but they had it out early and it was also on sale. So I got it. And then I was in that area because I had to go to the dentist. I got a full cleaning. I have a really bad medical anxiety, so I have been putting off going to the dentist for a very long time. So I was getting, you know, my Backlist Bash prize, and I'm like, well, I also deserve a little treat for going to the dentist, obviously. So start heart by T. Kingfisher. This is stunning. Like, look at this beautiful cover. These gorgeous sprayed edges. End papers are beautiful. It has this beautiful sword on the cover. Like, this is gorgeous. And even better, hi Tony. Hi buddy. And even better, this is the book club read with Cozy Quill this month. So I'm reading it this month anyways, and now I own a beautiful copy and I love this author. I adore T. Kingfisher, so I do want to collect more of her books, and I figured this is a good place to start, and it was also on sale, so I'm having a great time here. So yeah, I got these 2 beautiful books to add to the shelves. They are absolutely stunning. Oh, what does the naked book? Ooh, really pretty green under there. Ooh, that's cool. Was that a chicken? Sweet. I have no clue what the context for this is, but I can't wait to find out why there's a chicken on the cover. But yeah, that is a lovely stack of things. I'm very happy with this. And now I get to start off next episode with Vicious by V.E. Schwab, and I can't wait. So look out for that coming sometime in March. I can't wait to start that one. It'll probably be fairly soon because it has taken me forever to get this video edited. I finished reading books for this video like literally 2 weeks ago, and I'm just getting around to finishing the outro now, so my bad. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had a great time watching this. Let me know what you thought down in the comments, and I'll catch you later on. Bye.